Get some popcorn. Revenge of the Sith, the video the vast majority have been waiting for.
This is where the fun begins.
And enjoy. Revenge of the Sith in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, how would it work? Before we start, it's already been officially confirmed that the developers at TT Games are going to be focusing their concentration on boss battles and vehicle sections. As we know, for each Star Wars Saga film, it's going to have 5 missions with a duration of 10 to 15 minutes per mission. I have used this to establish and implement how it can potentially work. This is speculation, none of this has been officially confirmed as of yet, and if you haven't watched how the Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones would work, I will leave a link in the description down below. Without further ado, let us begin. The Chancellor In Peril. To begin with, as the Clone Wars is raging through the galaxy, the Separatists have launched an attack on Coruscant to invade and kidnap Chancellor Palpatine, while the Jedi Council have dispatched Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker to infiltrate the Separatist dreadnought and rescue the Chancellor. The playable characters for the Chancellor In Peril will be Obi-Wan, Skywalker and R2-D2. The mission will have 6 objectives, and these are: the first objective is to evasive manoeuvres in your Jedi Interceptor and blast the incoming waves of Vulture droids proceeding to your trajectory. As you crash land into the Separatist dreadnought, you are to eject your Jedi Interceptor, eliminate the squadrons of BU-1 battle droids, and playing as R2, you are to override the controls of the blast door to grant you access into the corridors to proceed to the Spire to rescue the Chancellor. The second objective is to use stealth. While proceeding through the corridors to the Spire, you are to use the Force while moving to levitate objects in front of you. If you have any visual confirmation of droids, the objects will act as cover, as it's to avoid you from being caught and being in a confrontation with squadrons of droids. You are to prevent any sound from being heard, or else droids on patrol can potentially have suspicions and investigate the perimeter. The third objective is, as the bridge has thermal sensors alerting your presence, the Separatists have dispatched reinforcements. Droidicas are deploying to your location. You are to proceed to an elevator to reach the Spire, and as the Droidicas have arrived, you are to deflect their blaster bolts at their shields, but their shields are impervious to blaster fire, and it's forced you to retreat. The fourth objective is, you've reached the Chancellor and you are now in a confrontation with Count Dooku. With Dooku having 8 hearts of health, you are to deplete his health by analysing his fighting pattern as you did in Attack of the Clones, and exploit his weak points, whether he's on the offensive or on the defensive. As the Count is an elderly gentleman, you can use the Force and force push objects at Dooku, or dual Dooku, using your light, medium and heavy attacks. Rather than being ruthless and aggressive, this particular duel will require you to be tactical, strategic. You have to be patient and know when to attack or defend at the correct time, as if you time it correctly, you would have analysed Dooku's fighting pattern. As Skywalker has executed Dooku, rescued the Chancellor and carrying Obi-Wan who is unconscious, the fifth objective is you are to proceed through the corridors and escape. But unfortunately, you managed to get captured in the ray shield and you are detained and transferred to the bridge. You are to use the Force and equip your lightsaber and eliminate the squadrons of droids in the bridge. The sixth objective is you are to duel General Grievous. With Grievous having 4 hearts of health, you are to deplete his health by using the Force and throwing objects at Grievous, forcing him to be the coward he is and retreat. As Grievous has escaped and launched all the escape pods, you are to pilot the dreadnought even though you're only flying half a ship. You're going to have to embrace for impact. With the leader of the droid army executed, and the droid general being the coward he is and retreating, the Jedi have tracked Grievous to the planet of Utapau, and the Jedi Council have dispatched Obi-Wan to eliminate the droid occupation and confront Grievous. To conclude, the characters and vehicles you would have unlocked are Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, R2-D2, Obi-Wan's Jedi Interceptor, Skywalker's Jedi Interceptor, a Vulture droid, an ARC-170 starfighter, a Tri-Droid fighter, a Buzz droid, Padme Amidala, and a clone pilot. The confrontation with General Grievous. To begin with, as Grievous has rendezvoused with the Separatist Council to inform them of the death of Count Dooku and to notify them that they are going to be transferred to the Mustafar system, while Obi-Wan searches for the droid leader General Grievous on Utapau. The playable characters for the confrontation with General Grievous will be Obi-Wan and a clone paratrooper. The mission will have 3 objectives, and these are: the first objective is that you are to eliminate the waves of droids, varying from B1 battle droids, B2 super battle droids, droidicas, magna guards, and crab droids. The second objective is that you are to confront Grievous, and while being surrounded by many droids, you are to eliminate 4 magna guards, and afterwards, with Grievous having 4 hearts of health, you are to deplete his health by going through the Force and analysing his fighting pattern. Weak points will be labelled where to target Grievous when Grievous is vulnerable, and you can exploit them. Grievous mounts his wheelbike to retreat like the coward he is. You are to mount Bogger and pursue Grievous. You are to evade any incoming blaster fire from the droids, and you are to dodge any obstacles to ensure that the Bogger's health isn't depleted. The third objective is that you are to battle Grievous. With Grievous having 8 hearts of health, you are to deplete his health by using your Electro Staff to make Grievous vulnerable, and you can then exploit his weak points. As you deplete his health, Grievous is enraged and is ruthless. He is on the offensive, and you unfortunately manage to lose your Electro Staff, leaving you defenseless. You are to dodge the incoming attacks Grievous is inflicting onto you, and time when Grievous is vulnerable, to equip his blaster and blast his circuits. As Grievous is defeated, the Jedi are searching and attempting to identify the appearance of the mysterious Sith Lord, and as the war rages on, the Jedi vote for Grandmaster Yoda to deploy to Kashyyyk and assist the Wookiees preparing to battle the Separatists. To conclude, the playable characters and vehicles you would have unlocked are Commander Cody, a 212th Attack Battalion clone trooper, a clone paratrooper, General Grievous, the wheelbike, Bogger, a crab droid, an ATT in its original form and a microfigure form, a Magna Guard, and a Separatist shuttle. The Battle of Kashyyyk, the confrontation with Chancellor Palpatine. The Jedi Council can't afford to lose the planet of Kashyyyk, and the Jedi Council dispatches Grandmaster Yoda and the 41st Scout Battalion to reinforce the Wookiees against the inevitable Separatist attack. And, as Anakin Skywalker has discovered the identity of the mysterious Sith Lord, Skywalker rushes to Master Mace Windu to let known of the diabolical plot, and Windu goes to the Chancellor's office to encounter and attempts to execute him. The playable characters for the Battle of Kashyyyk will be Yoda, Chewbacca, and a 41st Scout Trooper, and the playable characters for the confrontation with Chancellor Palpatine will be Mace Windu and Kit Fisto. In LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars 3, you were able to have split screen and play 2 aspects of the mission, and it's going to apply to this mission in particular. The Battle of Kashyyyk will have 3 objectives, and the confrontation with Chancellor Palpatine will have 2 objectives, and these are: at the Battle of Kashyyyk, the first objective is as the Separatists are advancing to the beach, you are to propel the incoming waves of droids, you are to use the barriers as cover, and you are to eliminate 25 B1 battle droids. Switching to the confrontation with Chancellor Palpatine, the first objective is as Palpatine has executed 2 Jedi Masters, you are to analyse Palpatine's fighting style and block his incoming attacks, as if you don't react, Palpatine will deplete your health significantly because of the speed, force and agility. Switching to the Battle of Kashyyyk, the second objective is as the Separatists have deployed reinforcements and are dispatching vehicles, you are to go to a turbo tank and mount one of the turrets and blast 25 Separatist ground and air vehicles, which vary from snail tanks, dwarf spider droids, and droid gunships. Switching to the confrontation with Chancellor Palpatine, the second objective is as you've analysed Palpatine's fighting pattern. With Palpatine having 8 hearts of health, you are to clash with Palpatine multiple times, as he will eventually be vulnerable for a short period of time, as it will allow you to strike and deplete his health. As Windu was on the verge of victory, Skywalker and Palpatine defeated Windu, and as the Jedi are about to be executed, Palpatine issues Order 66. Switching to the Battle of Kashyyyk, the third objective is as Yoda has sensed the many Jedi executed, Yoda has had no choice and has to execute his fellow 41st Scout Trooper. You are to use stealth and avoid clone trooper patrols, and prevent any sound to be heard from you, or else you'll alert the many clones to your trajectory. You are to go to your homemade evacuation pod and rendezvous with Senator Bail Organa. To conclude, the playable characters and vehicles you would have unlocked are Grandmaster Yoda, Chewbacca, a 41st Scout Trooper, Jedi Master Luminara Unduli, Commander Gree, a turbo tank in a microfigure form, an AT-AP in its original form and a microfigure form, a snail tank, a droid gunship, an AT-RT in its original form and a microfigure form, a dwarf spider droid, and a Wookiee gunship. Order 66. To begin with, as Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi has rendezvoused with Senator Bail Organa, the clones have activated a beacon on the Jedi Archives, signalling out all Jedi to return to the Jedi Temple, and it's up to Obi-Wan and Grandmaster Yoda to ensure that more lives of the Jedi Order are not lost. And as Anakin Skywalker has turned to the dark side, he is assigned to go to the Jedi Temple and execute all of the remaining Jedi. In LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars 3, you were able to have split screen and play two aspects of the mission, and it's going to apply to this mission in particular. The playable characters for Order 66 will be Obi-Wan and Yoda for one aspect of the mission, and for the second aspect of the mission, the playable characters will be Darkside Anakin Skywalker and a 501st Clone Trooper. The mission will have two objectives each, and these are: the first objective is as Obi-Wan and Yoda. You are to land at the Senate building, you are to use stealth and proceed to the Jedi Temple, avoiding clone patrols and preventing any sound to be heard from you, or else you'll alert the clones to your trajectory and you'll be in a confrontation with many clones. The first objective is as Skywalker and the 501st Clone Trooper. You are to advance to your assigned locations in the Jedi Temple, which vary from the Council Chambers to the Jedi Quarters to the corridors and the Jedi Archives, and you are to eliminate the Jedi which are displayed on your screen, which will vary from Jedi Younglings, Padawans, Knights and Masters. Each one you encounter will have its own level of difficulty as you duel each Jedi. The second objective is as Obi-Wan and Yoda. You are to eliminate the clones guarding the entrance to the Jedi Temple, and you are to proceed to the entrance of the Jedi Archives, while eliminating squadrons of clones simultaneously. As you reach the entrance to the Jedi Archives, you need to solve a puzzle to ensure that the beacon beaming out to the Jedi is removed. The second objective is as Skywalker and the 501st Clone Trooper. You need to regroup the 501st Battalion, and you are to capture points across the Jedi Temple which vary from entrances to secret passages and doors, etc., and this will allow you to take control of the Jedi Temple and remove the threat of the Jedi. To conclude, the playable characters and vehicles you would have unlocked are Darkside Anakin Skywalker, a 501st Clone Trooper, a Jedi Youngling, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Aayla Secura, Plo Koon, and Stas Sally. The confrontation with Darth Vader. The confrontation with Darth Sidious. To begin with, as the deed is done, as Obi-Wan and Yoda have discovered Skywalker has turned to the dark side, Obi-Wan must learn Skywalker's whereabouts, while Yoda goes to the Chancellor's office to confront Darth Sidious, and the Jedi have to destroy the Sith. In LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars 3, you were able to have split screen and play two aspects of the mission, and it's going to apply to this mission in particular, as applied to the past two missions. The playable character for the confrontation with Darth Vader will only be Obi-Wan, and the playable character for the confrontation with Darth Sidious will only be Yoda. Each mission will have three objectives, and these are: the first objective for the confrontation with Darth Vader is as Obi-Wan. With Skywalker having 8 hearts of health, you are to analyse Skywalker's fighting pattern by focusing your concentration on his attacks, whether they're light, medium or heavy attacks, along with his speed and agility. You are to defend against the incoming strikes Skywalker is inflicting onto you for a short period of time. This will consist of you pressing buttons when necessary to block or evade his attacks, and if you successfully manage to do that, Skywalker will become vulnerable for a short period of time, and you can exploit his weak points to deplete his health. The first objective for the confrontation with Darth Sidious is as Yoda. With Sidious having 8 hearts of health, you are to use your surroundings and speed to hop onto obstacles to attempt to strike Sidious from behind to deplete his health significantly. The second objective for the confrontation with Darth Vader is as Obi-Wan. You are to use the Force and attempt to heat up some obstacles with lava and force push the obstacles at Skywalker to deplete his health, along with attempting to block or evade his incoming attacks. The second objective for the confrontation with Darth Sidious is as Yoda, and with Sidious having 8 hearts of health, you are to evade the incoming pod Sidious is thrown at you, or else it will deplete your health significantly, and if you're able to time it correctly, you will be able to lock onto one of the pods and use the Force push it into Sidious to deplete his health. The third objective for the confrontation with Darth Vader is, while on obstacles and dueling over lava, you are to weaken Skywalker. You are to block Skywalker's incoming attacks, as it will drain his stamina, and if you time it correctly, if you view the high ground, you'll be able to flip onto it. The third objective for the confrontation with Darth Sidious is that you are to absorb his lightning and mash buttons to shift the lightning to Sidious to deplete his health significantly. As the Jedi have failed to destroy the Sith, Yoda has escaped and gone into exile, and Obi-Wan has shown Skywalker mercy and gone into exile. The rise of the Empire is inevitable, and it's only up to the Rebel Alliance to stop the tyranny of the Empire. To conclude, the playable characters and vehicles you will have unlocked are Darth Sidious, Chancellor Palpatine, a shock trooper, Masameda, Darth Sidious's shuttle, a Naboo starfighter refueling barge, and a medical droid. How would you want Revenge of the Sith to work? Please let me know in the comment section down below, as I would love to know. Feel free to give me your feedback on the video, and make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, join our Discord server, and if you have the willingness to donate, support me on Patreon. All the links to my social media platforms can be found in the description down below. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure that you do give the video a like, as I know you want content to be uploaded. Subscribe to the channel to be part of our community, along with turning on notifications, as you will be able to not miss out on any content that I upload. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.